Alright guys, what's going on? It's another episode of the Ultimate Guide to Dark Souls 2, and today we're going to be covering Seldora. Relatively maze-like area in terms of trying to get everything. You can't get everything in one clean run anyway, so yeah, this one might be a little bit hard to follow.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it, we've done our best, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. Now at this point, we're looking to buy just homeward bones from Shalquar. We'll get as many homeward bones as we can, because we're going to use about 5 or 6 of them this video.
Yeah, but there's like a lot, like basically, like you said, there's an area where there's a bunch of items.
You can't get everything in one sort of circular run, because there's so many drops to items that there is no way back up from, or there's only one way to get an item, or shit like that. It's quite annoying.
So you need to just keep going back to the bonfire that is like in the bit where you drop down to. Anyway, at this bit we are just quickly doing something.
Going to Benhart.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure we talked to him.
Wanted to make sure his dialogue's exhausted because he's a summon for an upcoming boss.
Yeah, and this is the first summon for him.
Yeah, this is the first time we get to utilise Benhart.
Yeah, so we just want to make sure that we exhausted his dialogue. That way he'll be the summon for the
He'll be the summon that Gotham deserves.
Yeah, exactly, because he is very helpful.
I mean, it does. It takes damage. He's pretty much the same as what every other NPC summon is designed to be, other than Jest or Thomas, and that is to be an absolute damage sponge. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's pretty much the only time you're actually going to use him. So like, he has a few summon areas. The first one you're going to see him in is this one here, which is Brightstone Cove. You can summon him in Drangliate. You can summon him in a Giant Memory as well as Fornishandra. Those are his 4 summons. And he's actually a summon in some of the DLCs as well. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, so this is us at the first bonfire in Seldora, the campsite. These guys, be careful of these guys, they actually do some good damage. These guys are also known as Hollow Peasants, and they've got a chance to drop Smooth and Silky Stone, Flame Butterfly, Titanite Shard, Large Titanite Shard, Titanite Chunk, and the Peasant Set.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not particularly great stuff.
Yeah.
They're just basically hollow enemies, but they seem to like take a big chunk of damage for some fucking reason. So there's a bunch of really good items in this area that you do want to get, and there's a hell of a lot of backtracking to get all of it, sadly. But you know, we're going to show you.
Not in this area. This area is like relatively simple to grab.
Yeah, not in this specific area of the area.
Yeah, it's more what goes on later on. But there is just a lot of like it's just a lot of like laying around drops as like soul packets and stuff like that. Although there is one thing that a lot of people probably missed in their blind run, and there is a well, which you'll find us do the difficult way to do the well, by the way.
Oh,
there is an easy way, you can just run into it.
Huh.
But yeah, so we're breaking down all these barricades because this guy will appear behind us at some point, so it's better just take him out of the equation.
Yeah.
And here are the pigs, which don't actually drop anything.
So, like we mentioned, you can... Right, so...
You can parry these pigs. I wish I was kidding.
So, like we talked about Benhart, now you can summon Benhart in this area for the bot. Like, there's like a middle small boss for this area that's totally easy. But
it's a mini boss.
Basically, you need to summon him for that boss. His quest line basically runs like Lucatiel's quest line, so you need to get him to like save. Like, you need him to beat the boss alive. So obviously, just to be safe, we're going to clear out all the enemies and then we'll summon them. Like, there's the summon sign. So we're going to clear out the enemies, then summon them and drag them back to the boss, just to make sure, because we don't want to take risks when we're trying to do NPC
like,
quests.
You don't want to have like, you don't want to get ganged up on by a bunch of enemies and have Benhart come off a cliff, for example, because then you have to go summon them again, and that is a pain in the ass. So let's not do that. So there's this item here. Now, we actually have to go into this well. You're going to see us do the running and the jump method. What you can actually do is just run straight off the edge and go into the well. Now, what you do is you'll do like a little hop. You'll hit the edge of the well, like if you just go right to the end of that path and then just run onto it. Like, you need to sprint to get onto it, but you can do it. We're going to show you the jump method because I was not aware of that method at the time where you can just run into the well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Straight down the well, there's the holy water urns, which are actually probably very useful for the next boss, but it's shit anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, the next boss is retardedly easy. The
next boss is, I am not even joking here, easier than Pinwheel. I wish I was joking, it's easier than Pinwheel.
Yeah, so there we go. I think that was human effigies in that box.
Yeah, the next boss is so easy, we didn't even bother getting resistances for it. You just don't need them.
Yeah.
There's no reason to even figure out, oh, is this how can I optimize damage for this? It's a shit boss.
So you can see that there's big rocks up there. So
up on the upper right.
Yeah, so you want to pull out your bow, and you can shoot the things that like keep the rocks in
Yeah,
place.
you can shoot the little braces.
Because unlike if you walk down below them, a hollow will smash them, and they'll land on you, and you definitely don't want that to happen.
No, because what it does when it lands on you is 9 times out of 10 it takes you off the cliff, and you're going to see me do... This is like what's known as using the environment to your advantage. This is something I have done every time in NG+, because it's just so much easier to let the rock kill 2 or 3 of them than it is to take on all 4 of them at the same fucking time, especially when they take off like half your health bar per swing in NG plus
Exactly.
5. So fuck that.
So now we're going to go back up there and grab the item that's up there.
And take care of the hollow that's up there, as well as once we've taken out, like, we've got a few more enemies to go through, and there's a few creepy as fuck spiders to kill. Once we've taken care of them, we're going to grab Benhart, and that's it. Now, should stress, do not use a homeward bone here. Use a homeward bone, everything comes back. So you're going to have to run down, clear out all the enemies, grab all the items, then run back and get Benhart, and then run them all the way back down.
You've done that by mistake, haven't you?
What?
Used the homeward bone.
No, it's just a case of, I know it's just like, because homeward bones aren't the same as Dark Souls 1, where if you used one, it would be the exact same as using a bonfire, where it would replenish all your Estus, it would repair all your gear, shit like that. It doesn't do that in this game, and it fucking frustrates me to hell.
So there you saw we got the peasant hat. Now you bet you thought we forgot that item, but no. Grab that because a large titanite shard.
Now for you that are doing, might actually be doing this through the NG Plus playthrough, be careful here because Freya pops up.
Yeah.
After you do a set amount of damage to her, she like leaves. The only thing you can actually do, by the way, is hit her face. You need range to do it, to be honest. It's a set time or it's damage that you do to her. You need to lock onto your head and like shoot away an arrow or some shit like that for quite a while.
And the damage does carry over into the actual boss fight.
Yeah, it does. So that's quite handy to keep in mind. So if you do as much damage as you possibly can to her, then you're pretty much skating through for an easy boss fight when it comes to the end of Seldora. Now we've just went ahead and summoned Benhart of Fuego, Benhart de Fuego. So yeah, now we need to run him all the way back down. There are a few more enemies to take care of, but there are little spiderlings that you can take out in one hit anyway, so we're not worried about them.
They're a lot squishier than the peasant enemies. Now down there is like the next part of the level, so you do end up travelling down into that area.
Yeah, you actually end up coming out round at the opposite end of that area, because where you look down is actually leading to Freya, because this is Freya's boss fight, it's like down the bottom of here.
So, I mean, this area is definitely one of the bigger areas in the game.
And it's actually got that cool level design where it interloops back on itself and shit like that, unlike the Iron Keep, which is just sitting up in the middle of the sky for no fucking reason.
Yeah. But, so here we are, we've got, like, the bunch of the spider enemies in here. Now, upcoming is something that eludes even us.
I know what it does.
Oh, do you?
I know, right. So when you open this chest here, a red orb spawns out. The red orb attracts the spiders.
See, I thought that's what it
does.
was.
It pulls all the spiders out. That's all it does, is it pulls the spiders out. There's
but
no
if you shoot one of the spiders,
if you shoot one of the spiders, it pulls them all out as well. But it's designed so that like you don't actually see the spiders, and you open the chest and then they all swarm you at the same time.
Yeah.
Unlike the one later on with the Great Fireball, where instead of all swarm you at the same time, they come out one at a time. When you open the chest, all of them just butt rush you.
Right. Okay.
So that's what. Yeah. You see here, we end up running away because we don't know what the fuck it does. I'm standing with my shield up. It's like it has to do something.
Yeah.
But all it does is attract the enemies. That is the point in it. So yeah,
you get heavy bolts out of it.
So it's not even worth it. Like, you may as well ignore that, really.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Unless for some reason you're using a crossbow. No, maybe you're thick. Who knows? But now this is something a lot of players miss. This takes you to an Estus shard.
Yeah. So this is something that
This
you
is
definitely want
handy.
to get.
This is one of the 13 Estus shards available to you in the playthrough. Yep, you get one extra shard than you need every playthrough.
So I mean that's slightly handy. Now there's also a pot there which can drench you in water for some reason, but
You don't want to do that.
Why?
Because this mini boss, whatever the fuck you want to call it, uses lightning spears, and when you're covered in water, you take more lightning damage.
Ah.
So you don't want to do that. That's why there's pots actually in the boss room, so that you might make a mistake, and the boss might be easy, as opposed to fucking retarded.
Yeah.
But this is the Magus in the Congregation. Now, this boss doesn't actually have a boss soul. And just like that, one of them's down, second one's down, and now it's just loads of little grunts and this fucking guy who is, yeah.
So as you can see, the halberd does a good job of just sweeping attacks and clipping 3 or 4 of them at a time.
If you die to Congregation with this build, then, like, I don't even know what to say to you. to be honest. Like, it's retarded that
Like,
you can die.
It's so easy that we can't even think up of a strategy involved in order to take care of it. Just run in and swing.
Go in, kill stuff, that is it. Just go in, don't stop swinging, and you don't even get a boss soul, but you get a Titanite slab. So yeah, this boss is so easy that I'm going to take on an NG plus 7 with power stance broken ladles. That's how easy this boss is. That is my plan.
There's nothing in that pot around here, but if you go around the other side,
there is a ladder which leads you to an old friend from the original Souls series, Cromwell the Pardoner.
It's kind of like his clone. Now, this guy is like the one guy's quest that we didn't do in the game simply because
we didn't have the stats at the time. Like, you could actually go back and do it. Like, far later on, we're gonna have enough faith far later on in the game that you can come back here and do it, because there's a bonfire like right here as well. Yeah. So you can come back and do it, and he gives you the ring of resistance when you've got 35 faith or more.
35 faith, yeah.
35 faith or more. But this is he performs the same role in Dark Souls 1, where he's the one you go to get rid of your sins. Costs you 1,000 per level this time around.
And remember, if you get rid of your sin, it means that blue phantoms can't invade you.
Or, you could just not get rid of your sin, because blue phantoms don't exist in this game anyway.
Yeah, I mean, really,
they're pretty much non-existent.
Honestly, you're kind of a bit, and he does sell like a bunch of miracles and stuff.
He sells Heavenly Thunder, which is very handy, and he also sells Scraps of Life, which is very, very good for PvP.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite hexes. Now, like I said, you really getting rid of your sin in this game is kind of like being a bit of a dick to other players. So, because if you're in the Blue Covenant, you can only invade people that have a sin point. But if you get rid of it, then that means that you're cutting out potential PvP for a Covenant that's hard to get PvP for.
Yeah, like, there is no PvP for blue. You
kind of want to be nice to them, but that's what Cromwell does. And, obviously he sells like the White Priest set and rings and a bunch of miracles that we've covered before. So, I mean, that's pretty much Cromwell. Now, if you kill him, he will drop the Ring of Resistance, so that's one way of getting it.
But, I mean, if you kill him, then you've got a sin that you can't get rid of, because that's such a
Well, he does have a grave, and then you can, you can revive him for 7,000, but, whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the thing we've not mentioned before, is that if you kill NPCs, after a set amount of time, a gravestone will appear. We don't know what the set amount of time is, but we know that it's longer.
Right, so what you just saw there is a Crystal Lizard, obviously. Now, you have to jump down. This is the first run, by the way. You have to jump down there and hit the Crystal Lizard, then when you drop down, there's some more items to pick up. However, we hit the Crystal Lizard as it was running off the edge and the item fell, so hopefully that won't happen to you. Now remember, we're at the point in the game where Crystal Lizards don't particularly matter as much, because things have given us drops to upgrade our equipment quite a lot, but just putting out there, be careful when trying to get that Crystal Lizard. It is there and it can fall. And
this is who I was talking about in the last video, where if you don't have fire arrows, don't worry, because Onifex sells unlimited fire arrows, so you're pretty much fine. And Onifex is also the one you come to get boss weapons, other than a select few.
Yeah.
Like, Onifex is your main vendor for trading boss souls, and your first one's free. So by all means, get the best boss weapon available. Either get the Dragon Slayer Spear or get the Chaos Blade. I mean, it's really that simple. There's no like, they are the two best boss weapons in the game, and we don't use them.
After defeating the Chandra, she will sell unlimited Green Blossom and unlimited Amber Herb,
which is actually quite handy if you're going through the DLCs and you're playing a mage, because, well, I mean, it's Amber Herb, it's going to be handy. You can just stick it on and pop it like life gems, like butter.
That's as we got a Faris Lockstone in that pot, so remember to pick that up, and that is us for the first item run in this one particular area of this area. So we're going to Homerbone back, and then we're going to drop down again and get more items, because as you can see, there's no way back from there. Basically, you drop down and then you can't get back up, so you need to Homerbone back to here. It's a pain in the arse, but whatever.
Yep, and just while you're watching us, like, sort of, grab the items and hopefully trying to follow this, you've seen us take on a few Spyros before the last boss. Now, what they drop is Mailbreaker, Ricard's Rapier, Zweihander, yes, Zweihander, Titanite Shards, Large Shards, Chunks, oh no wait, never mind, it's the wrong page again. So let's go. So, Mailbreaker, Ricard's Rapier, Zweihander, Great Scythe, Mastodon Sword, Bandit Axe, Parrying Dagger. And I am not shitting you here.
Yeah, that's the kind of things they drop. Now, this is the final part of Peyton Creighton's quest. Now, if you've talked to both of them at the times we told you to, they will show up at this point. Basically, they're fighting. Now, Peyton's already given you all of his equipment, but Creighton hasn't. So what you want to do is you want to kill Peyton at this point.
Yep.
And if you talk to Creighton, he will then give you his equipment.
Yep, and then you kill Creighton and you get a second mask from Creighton.
Yeah, so that's basically that. If you do both of them and then take Creighton's side, that's how you get all the items from it. I checked into this and apparently there isn't like, you do one, you get one set, you do one, you get the other. You can get both, so...
Because Pate gives you a set in Earthen Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pate gives you a set in Earthen Peak and you get Creighton's set right now, and then when you kill him, you get his mask.
Now remember,
Again,
both these characters are millenniable anyway, so if you've killed them before getting their stuff at this point, you can buy their equipment off.
Yeah, this is just the free way to get their stuff.
Yeah, essentially, that's pretty much it. And for some reason, you can get 2 Creighton masks.
Yeah, we actually brought up the inventory there just to double check and see if it was a case of we did actually get 2. We did.
So
we did.
He had one under the mask that he was wearing.
Yeah, a mask under the mask, the perfect hidden identity. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And now we're coming up to the parasited undead.
Right, but first you want to quickly get that
lizard.
Yeah, so remember there's a lizard there. We kind of fucked it up. We slightly forgot and then we're like, oh fuck, get it.
Yeah.
Now,
but we got it.
Because we done that, we actually need to make one more run, and you'll see later, because dropping down there, you can't get back up there without going all the way around again. And we missed a Titanite chunk, which is on the end of the cliff.
And chunks are important because chunks are what's going to get our greatsword plus 10.
Yeah, exactly. So in here is some more items in this weird, awkward area. So you can hug the wall around here, and then that will take you back to the entrance to Pate and Creighton fighting, as you'll see in a second. But
what we're doing right now, though, is we're getting that Southern Ritual Ring plus 1.
Yeah, so
because this
ring.
is actually it's a good ring. It's 2 achievement slots for the sake of a ring slot, which for mages is incredibly worth it because you're not going to want to pack on a lot of armor if you're playing a mage. I mean, it helps if you're playing like a battle mage, but if you're going pure caster, then the more achievement slots, the better.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to stick to level 150 meta.
Yeah, and we've just taken on a few of the parasitized undead. Those are these little undead guys with like the shit on the spider on their back. Now, they drop Prism Stones, Human Effigies, Large Shards, and the Seldora set as well. Now, they are actually very, very tough in terms of they have very rapid attack patterns. If you get close to them while they die, they hit you. Like, you take damage upon their death if you get too close to them, so just be careful. And there's the Southern Ritual Band Ring plus 1, which is 2 free spell slots. And there is actually a plus 2 version in NG+, which gives you plus 3 spell slots, so it's even more bullshit.
So that is us making... I don't know what the fuck it is we're doing right now.
Just looking around, but you were wrong. It doesn't take you back to Creighton and Pate, because Creighton and Pate is much higher up.
Ah, fuck.
It takes you around to where the mage was that was firing at you through the window. But there's no way back up, so at this point we have to homeward bone, so we'll just make sure we're safe from the homing soul arrows of the mages, which are a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah. So again, more items to get, fucking believe it or not.
So, as we said, this area might be a bit of a maze to follow, but yeah, it's just going to take a bit of time to get used to like the layout of this area.
Yeah, I mean, you can always just go back in the video and just check to see where it is we've done,
yeah,
like,
like
in case
just,
you're getting confused.
Yeah, skip back through the routes that we take and you can see where we're going from each bonfire and stuff. So now we're going to actually go the way we want to go.
Yeah, so this is a way where we get another Estus Flash Shard, I think.
Yes, we do.
You have to go down this side, not taking the zip line there. You have to go down this way, keep dropping down, and you will...
I think there's something on like right next to us as well.
Yeah, so be careful with all these fucking things firing shard.
Yeah, it's a large Titanite shard, loads of shit, and then be careful dropping off here.
Yeah, drop that way onto the pots.
Yeah, onto the pots, and then in here, boom, an Estus shard.
I hope. Yeah, cool.
That's the second one of this area.
So that's that run, but there's more items to get, so we're going to go back. Because we can't get back, because we can't do the zip line area, so this is technically the last one, sort of.
But yeah, this is the way this area goes. There is a lot to pick up here. If you take your time going through this area, it can be very beneficial, but there's a lot to pick up.
So you can also do this as well. You can go across this way. That's just
that takes you to Pate and Creighton's house.
Yeah, so we can jump across here. There's actually 2 more times. So you can jump across here and then to get large Titanite shard, and then you home back. Because
this leads nowhere, and there is no actual safe way down from here because below you is a fucking Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a safe way out of here, then
I think you can jump onto the platform that you get to from the Crystal Lizard.
Maybe, who knows? But the point is that the only actual proper way to get out is to bone back, and as you can see.
But the point is if you get the Crystal Lizard, you can't get the large Titanite shard.
Yeah, exactly. So either way, you have to come back at some point.
Yeah.
So now what we need to do is go down both zip lines.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm just waiting until they fire because
Oh no,
we have to get
now
rid
we're
of shit.
getting the Titanite chunk that we missed the first time.
Oh, and here.
Yeah.
Alright,
and then we finally go down
and
the
there's a
last one.
spider underneath the bookshelf. Some cloak and dagger shit. And oh yeah, that's the Oblivion reference.
Yeah, it kind of looks like...
It's the Mysterium Xerxes.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
I think that's what it's called anyway.
I think it is. Well remembered, but I mean, we did, play 4 new games of that, just try to
I
record one
didn't pay
playthrough.
attention to Oblivion once.
I'm pretty sure you did have it.
I did have it, I played it and then got rid of it.
Okay, so
But there's
there
the
we go.
Titanite chunk that we
chunk.
missed because, you know,
Because fuck us.
yeah, pretty
But
much.
obviously we don't need Homer Bone back for that bit.
Because there's
so
a way
that's-
back,
yeah,
so that's not really a big issue.
Yeah.
But now we have to go down the second zip wire. Now you have to take out this mage.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you get hit with the home and soul arrow and you are falling into the pit down below. You have to kill this mage. So if you don't have range, then sorry, you just can't do this bit
Yeah,
yet.
see ya.
We're just gonna have to leave you behind. Parents didn't sign the permission slip. You can't come on the class field trip.
Right, so we zip line across here and into here.
So like the reason why this way is now actually going to take us to the bonfire. Now you have to go this way to get the other bonfire because you can't get the bonfire from the other side. So you have to go this way to get access to the other bonfire in Seldora.
It's also kind of strange because when you think about it, these 2 bonfires are so incredibly close together.
Oh, I've seen the NG Plus. I've never even used this next bonfire.
Huh.
I've just I done like from the bonfire after mages, run, jump to Creighton's bit, drop down by Ornifex, and then on my way to fucking Freya. I don't even care about it.
Pick up the items that they dropped, and now you can drop to the floor, but that you're going to take damage. Whatever.
You're gonna die.
So then you can just slide down, and that's
2 spiders in here, which is one of the worst places because there's a bonfire, and every time you rest at this bonfire, by the way, these spiders come back. So if you stand up, you can't rest again until you kill them.
Yeah.
Which is also retarded. So yeah.
So as you can see, you have to go across the zip line to get to this point, but you can't go back up the zip line. So that's why you need to keep Homer boning back to fucking. I mean, I guess you technically could come here first and then warp back without using Homer bones. So I guess we kind of messed up. That was kind of pointless thinking about it now, but.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because you're going to get an aged feather soon anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, so whatever.
But this is a door that is only openable from this side, so that's why we're saying you have to come down this way to get this bonfire. But now we're in this area of Seldora, which is...
It's near the place where you got the second Estus shard.
We're right at the bottom of the building where you got the second Estus shard. Right, that's it on the right there.
Yeah, so remember to pick up that petrified dragon bone. Ornifex is in that door there.
But we're going to run right past that. Do not even mess with that red lizard, by the way, because
All
it just explode.
And you don't even get anything from it, so just forget it.
It doesn't drop anything, nothing like that. And I suppose at this point we should go over what the mages drop, because we've not actually done that yet. So that's the Hollow Mage. They drop the Bat Staff, a staff that has Poison Infusion by default. White Hollow Mage set, Rouge Water, or Rogue Water, Dark Troches, Skeptic Spice, and Amber Herb. That is pretty much it.
Yeah, so continuing on, as you can see, this is a really long area, but in this box there's a what? I think it's a Titanite chunk, am I right?
No, it's Crescent Axe and Soul Vortex.
I'm so fucking off there.
Now, Crescent Axe is a good weapon. The problem is it has such a ridiculous sweet spot. It's like, it's such a strange sweet spot because it's got such a small axe head.
Yeah.
And it's... I mean, it's not as bad as the pickaxe because that's like the worst weapon in the fucking game.
Which we show you how to get. It is the most difficult to get weapon in the game.
And it's you'll never hit anyone with it. If you can't use it in PvP, you never hit anyone with it. It's got like a 1 pixel hitbox. And you seen us take damage there because we were too close to it when we killed it. So just be careful. And these are the basilisks. Went over their drops before. It's just a bunch of infusion stuff like raw stone, pale stone, that sort of thing. So now there's 2 spiders in here that you want to take out because these guys eventually come out and break the door when you go so far through it. They've killed me twice now in NG Plus because I completely forgot they existed and they've just back raged me.
Wow.
But there's also items in here. Yeah, see the spiders like NG Plus 3, they fucking one-shot you. 1 or 2 shot, it's insane. It's good though. It's difficult. I love that artificial death. It's just death by default.
So yeah, so there's a item up here, large Titanite shard. And that's it.
Be careful, see this, that wooden scaffold you were standing on is actually breakable.
Oh.
So just be careful that you don't end up swinging and shit like that by accident, because if you break that, you're going to fall on top of a basilisk and another parasitized undead. And there's Seldora cap. Now the Seldora set is actually quite handy in the fact that it's the exact same as the covetous silver ring, where it just improves your soul gain, so you'll see speedrunners use it quite a lot.
So can you get this Seldora set from...
You can kill Maulin.
Yeah.
You can kill Maulin and get it as well, yeah.
Or you can farm off those guys.
Yep, which is the better option really, because Maulin can be handy. Now what you seen there was that door. When you hit that door, it bursts open. And because I'm painting Creighton's quest line, we've got the Seldora Den key, which lets us get in here to trap chests, which this one's basically impossible to avoid. Like the wooden chest is almost impossible to avoid if it's an explosive.
So that's the engraved gauntlets. Now, I personally recommend that you should be always wearing the engraved gauntlets 100% of the time, regardless of their weight and their shitty defense, because they will give you a chance. It's like a 1 in 15 chance to do a critical hit on an enemy, and it does like retarded amounts of damage. So if you've got like a build that attacks really quickly, then you definitely should be using the engraved gauntlets just to get that extra crit damage. Personally, for me, I know Stephen isn't highlighting that idea, but that's just...
I think there's better gauntlets in terms, like, I'd rather stack on defense than have a 1 in 15 chance of high damage. Like,
I wouldn't, but that's, it's just personal preference,
yeah.
really.
I mean, fair enough if you're using something like a Red Iron Twin Blade, by all fucking means get your engraved gauntlets on, or you're playing like an idiot. But, I mean, if you're using something like, I don't know, maybe a spear or a longsword or something, then the engraved gauntlets are nowhere near as important. But for a Twin Blade, you better be using engraved gauntlets.
Yeah. So, yeah, and
at this point in the game, the area's more or less like the same as before. You're just going through, killing spiders, picking up items. Now, what's a really handy thing to do here is that if you've got alluring skulls, you can throw an alluring skull in the middle of the room, lure all the spiders, and then sprint them in through all of them.
yeah, you can do that.
See these spiders in NG+, I don't even deal with them. Just throw an alluring skull and then run past everything.
So yeah, so as you can see, the spiders do drop insane shit, like the Mastodon Greatsword, which is a very good sword despite the fact that it's high requirements, but it is good.
I do enjoy it. Now there's one more up here who's a bit of a pain, but he's not a problem, and we're actually going to have to come back here after the next boss, because once you get past the next boss, you get a key which opens that door that we haven't opened yet.
Yeah, and it's really good items in there, so
yeah, fireball and a black knight weapon, I think it is.
Yeah,
it's a great fireball and a black knight greatsword.
I think so. It's definitely a black knight weapon. So
it might be an ultra greatsword.
I think the ultra greatsword you get now and keep. Regardless, no, I get it.
Wasn't the ultra greatsword the one that was in Shadowwoods?
Doesn't matter. Anyway,
yeah. Continuing
on. Right, so in this area is again like
an area that you cannot get back from. Like there is no, like, once you drop down there is no way back. Once you get down to the bottom, there is no way back to the top either.
But there's a certain point. It's like once you go halfway past that, I think once you go, you get the items and you drop down once, then you can't get back up. And we searched about for like 10 minutes just seeing if there was a way. There isn't.
There isn't actually a way. So at this point, we're just. I don't know why we're looking around so much, because
yeah, me neither.
I think I was looking for a spider of some kind that I thought dropped down, but. Yeah, that's why I'm looking at the ceiling, because I was like, I'm sure there was. It turns out it's actually the next level below that the spider drops from the ceiling.
Ah.
So, yeah. So at this point then, there's a web that's like there. You just walk straight down, a spider comes up from underneath it, you can kill the spider in 1 or 2 hits with your halberd anyway, so who really cares about that?
Yeah, the spiders are like super easy, which is useful despite the fact there's lots
Going by the logic of Freya as well, the spiders are actually strong against dark, which is hilarious, the fact you still kill them in 1 hit with your halberd.
Nah, neutral. Freya's only weak to fire. So.
Yeah.
So there's an item in this pot, Forest Lockstone, so again, you want to get that.
A weird thing about that Forest Lockstone is, see if you get summoned into someone's world, you can see that Forest item in the pot until you break the pot, then it disappears. I noticed that when I was playing AG+, it's fucking hilarious.
Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what web it is that you drop down onto.
You do want to drop down onto this web that's just on the right of us, but you kind of want to come here as well, because, like, we're dropping down there now. Like, that's where you want to go.
I think that's the point of no return.
Yeah, this is the point of no return, and then you want to drop off again.
Oh no. It is. Yeah, no. Okay.
But yeah, this area is a bit of a pain to like sort of navigate, so to speak. It can be quite difficult. So at this point, we're just waiting for the spiders to sort of pop up so we can kill them all. There are quite a lot of spiders in this area.
Yeah,
let's be honest. There's like ones that are hanging from the ceiling, ones that are hanging on the back end of the webs. It's quite a busy area, so to speak, for spiders. But yeah, like there is no point of return from here. Like this is us as low as we can get. We can't get any higher than this either, which is really annoying when you have to come back here with the Ashen Mist Heart to do a memory. As well as if you accidentally fucked up, you have to Homeward Bone Like,
So keep in mind that you just saw a summon sign there, so you know, remember that.
yeah, that's the NPC summon. That's Ashen Knight Boyd.
So like in true GheyForGames style, we'll show you with the NPC and without the NPC, just so you can get a feel of what it is you're in for either way.
Yes.
Because you know, obviously some NPCs can be beneficial, some can be not beneficial whatsoever.
Some can be like Seldora and Lautrec for the Gaping Dragon.
Oh god, it's so bad, so bad.
Others, however, can be like Leroy for Pinwheel.
Yeah,
and just walk in and boom, one shot the boss. Or like Tarkus in the Iron Giant, the Iron Golem, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. Or let's actually put a Dark Souls 2 reference, like Jestra Tomas and Mytha.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. There's a Dark Souls 2 reference for you.
I hate the fact that she's called Mytha and not Mithra, which rolls off the tongue a bit better. I think so anyway.
Who cares? She's a shit boss. She's easy. You can cut her tail off and you get nothing from it.
I know.
And for some reason, her tail has ragdoll physics, but nothing else in the game has.
Really, you
can ragdoll her tail, yeah. I noticed it last time I beat her. You can ragdoll her tail. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, fantastic. Right, okay, so we're going to show you, I think, yeah, we're going to show you without the summon first.
Now, as we said, by the way, like, she is weak to fire, so your best bet really at this point is to use a weapon and fire resin, which you did pick up earlier in Seldora. So yeah, make sure you use the fire resin. I'm not sure why we're using the halberd.
First things first, but honestly, you still do chunks there with the halberd.
Yeah, like she's like we actually had to look at this before the video. Smelter Demon, almost Mirror Knight, and what was the other one?
The old
the old Iron King.
No, not the old Iron King. The Giant King.
No, the Giant King is shit. I'm talking about bosses that are on par with Smelter Demon defenses.
It's the Giant King.
The Giant King, really?
Yes.
Alright, well, Giant Lord then. But yeah, so Smelter Demon is the highest, like, in terms
the highest defense of any of the bosses.
All the bosses in the game. Vanilla Dark Souls, we should mention, because I think Fume Knight might be tougher.
Probably.
Might be tougher. I know for a fact
we
that
should really
Sin
talk
is
about Freya at this point anyway. So
weak to
Freya
fire.
is the only boss that has comparable defenses to the Smelter Demon. That's
Yeah.
the point we're making. Now, you can only hit Freya on her little heads.
Yep,
So
you deflect anywhere else.
Yeah, her entire body just made a rock otherwise.
If you hit her anywhere else, you're deflecting. If you do enough damage to one head in particular, that head will fall off. Now, if you get a dickhead of a summon who casts Warmth on Freya, you knock off both her heads and you're like, shit, now I can't do damage. Don't worry, use a weapon that has Shield Pierce. By this point, you've picked up a shottle. It'll take you forever, but you can use Shield Pierce on where her heads used to be, and you can still do damage to her that way.
Nice. Now, she doesn't have that many attacks. She's got like two front leg attacks, one short range, one long range.
Which she can basically combo together as well, by the way, just so you know. Yeah. And then there's this attack where she fires a web at you, which slows you down significantly.
I don't think that was a web one.
That is the web one, yeah. Okay. You can see her spitting the one orb. There is another one she does where she goes into this weird frenzy mode and she just spits loads. This one, yeah. This one's quite difficult to get a hit in because her legs go all over the fucking place and she spits acid in front, so just back out. And then there's this grab, which does a lot of damage, and just be careful as well. You can get locked like between her jaws and her legs, and she just keeps turning, and it takes you forever to get out of that.
Now, remember when she right now. This is our sort of main attack. Now, the easy way of getting rid of that is just run towards her and to her side, and she basically can never hit you with it.
She always goes from the left side to the right side with that laser. She always goes in that same direction. Or if you look from her perspective, she starts on the right and goes to her left.
Yeah.
That's the way it always is. Both heads can fire the laser, not at the same time, so don't worry about that.
So there's her legs attack as well. Now she can also jump away, but generally if she's jumping away, she's not going to be able to hit you.
She's using that to move away, and that's I can't remember what it's called. It's some sort of cradle, but that's a huge lunge.
Yeah, it's fairly easy to telegraph, but it can do a retarded amount of damage.
Yeah, it does. It's probably her highest damage melee.
Now spiders will constantly spawn.
If you don't want to deal with them, once again, utilise your alluring skulls.
Yeah, but they're not even really an issue.
Yeah.
Like they're like unlike other bosses that have gank elements, it's not really an issue.
We should mention as well that because her laser is probably her most damaging attack and the most annoying one to put up with, really, when she's going to do her laser, she will stand like completely upright and she will lift her front two legs. That is when you know she's going for the laser. Just immediately run to the other side. Right there, you just seen it. She lifts up her two legs. Just immediately run. You can just run straight past her body. You're on the other side of her, getting a few cheap hits with the halberd, and it's GG. Yeah. Like she's actually strongest to dark.
Yeah.
Like dark is like She's insanely weak to fire and neutral to everything else, and you're still doing that much damage with a dark weapon halberd, which is just fucking insane. Like, and that's the Freya Soul, which you can make Spider Fang, a curved sword which has a special ability where you can fire a little web at people and it slows them down, and Spider Silk, which is a rapier that has no scaling, but it does have shield pierce on the strong attack.
Yeah. Neither of which are particularly good. Like, we wouldn't recommend them.
You won't even see them that much in PvP. Like, Spider's Fang is the one that fires the web shot, and that is like used mainly as a technical thing, not as an offensive thing. That's used as part of tech. In the same way that you use Dark Fog as tech, you don't actually use it to like outrightly damage people, if you know what I mean.
So that was Lord Seldora there, and there's a cage which people speculate Freya used to be part
Only
of.
because the cage is broken out, which I suppose... I mean, that could be any spider though.
So this is also Vengarl now. He is incredibly easy, despite how intimidating he is. Remember, we met his head earlier on. So
In
this is his,
Shaded Woods.
Yeah, so this is his disembodied body.
His decapitated body.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you get his armor set apart from the head, because
you get the
that
head
from
talking to
Vengarl's
him,
head.
so.
Yep, and you can now buy the Red Rust sword and scimitar off of Vengarl,
Which
now
we
you've
do,
killed his body.
we do show you.
Red Rust scimitar, one of my favourite weapons in the game. It is amazing.
It is good.
I love it. It's so good. Such very good damage for barely. You don't even need to scale. Just got minimum stats, raw, boom, some nice damage.
So here we are coming against Freya. Now we're using Ashen Knight Boyd for this fight, and we're using the Great Sword with Fire Resin, and we do some amount of damage to her. We really are taking off chunks.
It's hilarious. But yeah, like this is so easy. Ashen Knight Boyd is mainly there just a distraction, as a damage sponge, as with every other NPC in the game apart from Jester Thomas.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame, really.
Yeah.
So, you know, she's got her basic attacks. Now, we found Freya really difficult to begin with, but Freya is really easy. She can be incredibly intimidating because of her massive size, and the laser, if you don't know how to dodge the laser attack...
That was just bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Like, that was just bullshit. So just to save yourself some hassle, run round the outside of the leg.
We kind of fuck up quite badly right at this point, by the way.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain. But yeah, just go around the outside of our leg. For whatever reason, it wouldn't let us go through there.
Yeah.
But we're mainly focusing on the spiders right now. Again...
Boyd throwing his weight.
Yeah, like, probably Alluring Skulls would have been the better option here. And boom, yep. You can actually roll that.
You can roll, but you need to make sure your iframes...
Yeah, you need a good amount of adaptability and agility. And she's just spamming this fucking cannon.
Yeah, she's...
But yeah, I mean...
quite a fan of it.
When we actually hit her, wait till you see the chunk.
We promised we do hit her.
I was waiting for her to attack Ashen Knight Boyd so I can be like, right, there we go. Boom, look at that shit. That's 500 damage.
And that's with an NPC, so...
That's with, yeah, when she's actually got buffed health and armor. But yeah, so we're just going to fire resin again. And we're going to wait until she does her attacks, and then we're going to pop in there and get some more sweet damage.
Yeah, so it's
a
more,
third of her health gone.
It is sort of slightly easier to hit her with the Great Sword because of its vertical attacks. Obviously, the horizontal, it's a bit more swingy. So
If you're using a twin blade,
her.
you're going to deflect all the time, by the way. I've taken Freya on using Yorg's Spear, which is a DLC Lance twin blade sort of hybrid. When you two-hand it, you get a straightforward poke like you do with a lance, and then the follow-up is like the sort of helicopter spin for the wind blade. The problem with that is you always deflect. Like, twin blades will always deflect. You want to use a weapon that you can easily hit her head and just her head with, like a poking attack or a vertical chop.
Yeah,
like
Z or Y axis attacks are generally what you kind of want to go for with Freya. I think that's kind of the biggest tip we could give you. Something that attacks on the X axis.
No, the best tip we can give you is do more damage, don't get hit, don't die.
That's Gary tips.
Those are Gary level tips. If it
bleeds,
you can kill it.
Yeah, just do more damage. Wow, helpful. I just didn't think about that. Fuck.
I know, but yeah, that's Freya down again. So like, she's quite simple to take care of. Like,
yeah, and Boyd is genuinely helpful. So
like, I think the one thing you have to get over with Freya is just like, I don't even know what happened with that transition.
Yeah.
But the thing you have to get over with Freya is the size is intimidating, but she's not actually that difficult. She does some high damage if she hits you, but she rarely hits you if you've
as long as you're smart and clever.
If you get your game on, yeah, and she'll barely fucking touch you.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just in Majula, and at this point we're gonna use our souls and level up. Yeah. Before we go and backtrack.
Back to Seldora, yeah, because when we killed that guy who's apparently the Duke, he dropped one of the Seldora keys, which we need to go get the Great Fireball and the Black Knight weapon, whichever one it is that's down there.
So we're just upgrading our stuff, although we realised we probably shouldn't have upgraded our shield because we're going to be upgrading
Great sword.
Well, we want to upgrade our weapons first, but we are going to be using a different shield. We're going to be using the King's shield later on, so there's no point in really wasting stuff on that shield now.
Yep.
But whatever. If you have it spare, then fuck it. Who cares really? So.
And even if you don't have it spare, you can just go farm indoors of Faris for 10 minutes and you'll have like 100 chunks.
Exactly. So as you can see, we have a lot of souls after this area.
Seldora is an area that rewards you very, very, very fucking much.
I know. Lots of souls, good items, and fucking lots of chunks and Titanite shards.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Prowling Magus has a chance to drop the Cursed Bone Shield and his Warlock Mask, and he can also drop Wilted Herb.
That's just like the Prowling, like...
it's just like the Magus that's in...
Huntsman Scopes.
Amino.
Huntsman Scopes.
And the mana.
Yeah. Anyone that has the goat head mask can drop that shit. So.
Yeah. So, there you go. I'm just going to double check our item drop list to make sure I haven't forgotten anything else. Covered Undead, Velgar's Body drops the set. Duke Seldora, oh yeah, dropped the Dark Quartz Ring +1, which is now null and void because it's a +3 Dark Quartz Ring now.
Yeah, so that is us got our stats for Int and Faith up to the base requirements for Dark Weapon, which means that when we use Dark Weapon, it will have the full duration.
Minute-long duration, yeah.
Obviously, we spiced it down, which means that when we use it, it has a shorter duration to use. So now that's on its full time, and we'll pretty much be just putting points into adaptability now, because that adaptability will be very useful when it comes to the DLCs.
I mean, at this point it's really up to you guys what you want to do, but adaptability is what we'd recommend.
Yeah.
You can put stuff into, I suppose, equipment burden if you want to maybe drop some armor and go under 50% and just have a little bit of a smoother roll, but it's not necessary. Like, even the adaptability isn't really that necessary, but it is, don't get us wrong, it is insanely handy for bosses. Like, adaptability is one of those things that you will want at some point.
Yeah.
It's just not a key thing for when you're starting out. I mean, maybe if you're doing like a no bonfire, no death run, or if you're doing an SL1 run, then you're probably going to want to start off with like something that has high adaptability. But
like when it comes to like New Game Plus runs or whatever as well, like the key is to not get hit, essentially, because you take so much damage. So adaptability is definitely useful.
When it comes to NG Plus runs, you're going to want high adaptability and weapons that do a shitload of poise break.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to want.
So here's the door that we got the key from the Duke.
Yep, Brightstone key.
So we open that and there's a bunch of spiders that drop down. So
so we're going to get ourselves to full health. We're going to get ready because there are a lot of fucking spiders. A lot of spiders. So we're just going to basically, as soon as you open this door, the spiders should come in and greet you with their presence.
Yep,
and we're immediately running out here because there's a lot of them. And we can sort of bottleneck them out the door. Or we can try and lure out as many as we possibly can so we can hit them with that.
Right, so clearly they're taking their fucking time, like, coming down.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Alluring skulls, once again, handy. Stick them all in the one corner, spin to win them, GG.
Honestly, at this point, we could probably just ran into the door and then homeward out, but we weren't taking the risk.
It's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
The spiders aren't an issue, you can kill them in one hit anyway, so who really cares?
So here we are, finally got the box.
Plus, chance to drop a Mastodon Sword before you can get the Mastodon Sword.
Yes!
Chance to drop the Great Scythe as well, and his Y-hander, and... God knows, like, how the fuck do they fit all these things, like, in the spider?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's not as bad as the kobolds later on. So here we are in Shaded Woods, and we are gonna run to the head of Vengarl.
So we can get the. Well, I mean, this way it shows you where to go if you did like pay attention.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, ideally I should have cut this bit out, but whatever. It only takes a second to run there.
Yeah,
so you want to
Shaded Runes, and just hug right.
Yeah, hug the right hand wall, and then just walk around the trees, and then eventually you'll get to them. So
yep. Path goes up, Vengarl's head's sitting right there, and you can buy the Red Rust Sword and Scimitar. Now, Red Rust Sword isn't actually... In fact, for PvE, Red Rust Sword is amazing because it's an A-scaling strength straight sword. So that is kinda good if you want a strength build with a weapon that's a little bit quicker.
Yeah. So, we're just talking to him, but then we realised that we got his shit anyway earlier on, so this is actually just to show that
Oh, and the Red Iron Shield.
Oh yeah, and he
the Red Rust Shield even, which...
It's not great.
Vengarl doesn't even use.
Yeah.
So that's why we're having on it like, what the fuck is this shit? And look at its defenses, it is garbage.
But the Scimitar is great for PvP, so that is something we recommend. Now we're back in Shaded Woods. I don't know why that transitioned. And again, I should probably have cut this bit out, but okay, we're running back. Now we're gonna, because we defeated Freya, we can go back to Man Scorpion Tark and talk to him.
And I believe this is at the point where he should give us the second Dragon Ring.
Yeah.
Much like the Ring of Favour and Protection from the first Dark Souls game, it gives you stamina, it gives you health, and it gives you increased equipment burden as well. There is a better version of the ring later on in the game. There is a worse version of the ring as a Covenant item,
Yeah.
which is fucking useless to us.
So I mean, if you want to get it earlier, you can get it off the Covenant, but the Covenant actually is a bit of a pain in the ass to level up, so...
you may as well just wait until now and just use a life ring and a Chloranthy ring anyway.
Yeah.
And you get the Royal Soldier's ring.
I mean, we've had absolutely no issues, but
Yeah.
the ring is fucking fantastic, so we are going to get it and we are going to equip it. That is
Once
something
again,
we want to do.
you need to equip that Ring of Whispers, which you buy from Shalquar if you haven't done this ever. But yeah, then now you can get the second Dragon Ring. I mean, admittedly, you probably would find an easier time just killing him because you can stand up top and lob firebombs at him because he can't actually get up there. So I mean, you might just find it easier to kill him. And
Yeah.
also, your first the first time you try and like absolve your sins, like request absolution, it's free. So you may as well kill all the NPCs you want to kill in the one go, and then just go get your sins removed for free if you're really that worried about it.
There you go.
So yeah. So we're just bulking up at this point because like fuck it, he's a massive scorpion. What if he's actually harder than Nazca?
No, we don't kill him.
I mean, I'd fucking kill him. It's an
No-
abomination. Destroy it. Cast it into the fire.
But because we put the ring on, we've got a bit more carry weight, so
Yeah.
we are going to bulk up a bit. Now, we took our coveted silver serpent ring off because
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we are so over leveled at this point that even
The recommended level for each area is never going to catch up to us now.
yeah, exactly.
Like, we're that high above the recommended levels, they're never going to actually catch up, and all the transitions are backwards, so you guys won't even notice us, because it's going to get fixed by the time the video comes
Yeah,
out
if
anyway.
you just reset it. Anyway.
Exactly, so don't worry about it, guys. We're talking about transitions that you don't even need to worry about at this point, because they'll be fixed by then, but basically, our fade in is black screening, and then fading in when it should be fading between the scenes,
Yeah.
which is the opposite of what it's meant to do.
Anyway, so now this is just to show that because we've done Brightstone, Cove, Seldora, if you talk to Shalquar, she now sells the flying feline boots.
Yep, which reduce equipment damage, which reduce falling damage, and make you look like an absolute tosser.
Yeah. But they are a thing,
Yeah.
whatever.
I
Honestly,
mean, there are other things that reduce your falling damage. For instance, the Sanctum Knight leggings reduce falling damage, and they look
Do
a
they?
lot fucking better. Yeah.
oh, cool.
I mean, you've already got the Silver Cat Ring, which is all the fall damage reduction you really need.
That's also true.
There's the Sorcery that does it as well. There's so many stuff that reduces it. Like, I wonder if there's a point where you could just take no falling damage at all. Just feline boots, Silver Cat Ring,
Oh,
the Sorcery. all that
now we
shit.
have the requirement for Dark Weapon.
Yeah.
But now there is like one more thing that we're going to show you, and this is like a super secret thing in the game. Now, technically, there's meant to be a 1 in 1,000 chance that a little small pig will spawn, and the pig isn't aggressive, but it will follow you.
Yeah.
But that
That is
doesn't
a
matter.
1 in 1,000 chance. We obviously cannot get that in the guide. Like,
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You don't need it though. Don't worry. All you have to do is clear out all the enemies. So what we've done is we've went ahead. We're using a different build, of course, because it's just quicker to do it this way. We're just going to fly through each area and just break everything, kill every enemy as quick as we can with the lightning spears, clear it all out, because we actually have to kill every enemy on the way down to the congregation.
I don't think we do, by the way.
Do we not even do that? Do we just
You
go,
need to
fuck
clear
it?
out the congregation. That's something that you need to do. The congregation
Yeah.
has to be dead. But right, so get a pig and make it aggro on you, and it will follow you forever. Its aggro leash just never stops unless you run far enough away.
Yeah, so just keep it like next to you. You'll be fine. Somehow that missed.
Yeah, somehow
I mean,
that
who
was the
knows?
thing.
But we're actually using a mule at this point because it's just easier for us.
No,
to
this
grab
is
that footage.
actually off the
Is this the original guide?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is actually the original guide
Before it was patched.
before it was patched.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like, the patch doesn't have any effect on the method involved in this. So this is
Yeah,
just
so don't
this is
worry.
just footage that we had that we just didn't re-record, basically.
Yeah, don't worry about that, guys. We're good. We're good. So we're just taking these guns out because it's very
Yeah.
easy. And like this is before I used the boulder as a way to like take these guys out. You can see why you want to use the boulder to take these guys out because I've just got a little bit skull fucked there.
Yeah, exactly. But remember to try like don't hit the pig.
I mean, if the pig gets a little bit too antsy, just parry it. Which you can do. It just sort of falls flat in its face and waits until you hit it. It's quite entertaining.
like I guess if the pig takes damage, you could warmth it if you have that.
You can, yes. Which is hilarious. You can just cast warmth on the pig and be like, "No, I need you alive, bacon."
Yeah, just heating up your dinner.
Just shh, slow cooked, roasted, pulled pork. But yeah, I mean, this is like the way you have to go, and you have to bring the pig. So we went a little bit ahead of the pig just so we can take out everything that's here.
Yeah.
So because we've actually already grabbed this item, all the spiders are constantly aggro in this area if you come back round, like they're already out of their little fucking spider holes.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, the chest will be open, so yeah, they're out, the chest is broken, that helps. Yeah, like they all come out of their spider holes at this point.
And for some fucking reason, the pig is still following us, like...
The pig just doesn't quit.
You know, I don't think anybody would have ever figured this out if it wasn't for the guide.
I don't think anybody would ever figure this out if it wasn't for them going, why the fuck is there a little pig following me around this one time but never any other time? Like, see if it's something like this, right, where it's a 1 in 1,000 chance, why not just make it so that you have to do something to get the pig?
Yeah.
Instead of going, well, I mean, you might get the pickaxe, you might not, tough shit, deal with it, prick.
Right, so the easy way of getting the pig over here is...
Just drop down, and the pig follows you. The pig actually will jump from here. It's so retarded, like, these are the extremes you have to go to get the pig down to the fucking bottom of the map.
Yeah, and it's still following us, and we need to keep dragging it.
And there's the gravestone for Peyton Creighton.
So it is.
So that's what you'll see. If you kill an NPC, then that's what shows up. But it's only after a set amount of time. We don't know, like, no one knows how long it takes. The time varies, and it also takes longer the more NPCs you kill.
Really?
Yes, the more NPCs you kill, the longer it takes. It took me 4 hours to get Tinchi Gren to respawn. Because I killed Grendal because I wanted the dragon chime.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I killed Tinchi Gren because he's a little sock bastard.
And
he had to die.
Now I think he got caught behind a door.
Yeah, he's like over here, he's just like chilling, like, where's my bacon? But yeah, I mean,
why would the pig be asking for bacon?
I don't know, maybe it's cannibalistic.
Okay.
I mean, pigs do eat people. Pigs might eat pigs.
I mean, they eat shit, they eat each other.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume eating shit would be worse than cannibalism.
I mean, you'd think with something with such extreme intelligence for an animal and such an amazing sense of smell that shit would be the last thing it wants to eat, but...
Shit would be the last thing it'd want to even associate itself with, but it does. I mean, look how good our sense of smell is. I don't want to fucking roll around my own shit.
Exactly.
Maybe that just comes with sentience.
Maybe.
That just comes with an understanding of what you are. Do you think a pig would... Do you think like this pig's one of the things that look at itself in the mirror and go, whoa, what the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Have you seen that gif of the one where the cat looks in the mirror and it just immediately gets so startled? It's like that moment when you realise you're a cat. Just, fuck, I'm a cat. But this is where you have to lead it to.
Yeah.
And it immediately loses aggro, by the way. As soon as you get in here, it loses aggro and it just starts eating that fucking lump of shit grass, whatever the fuck it is.
Maybe a patch of mushrooms, I think.
It looks like shit.
So you need to drag it in a little bit further, clearly.
Yeah, it's out in the bridge, so we're just going to take care of the spiddles. But this is it, like, this is what you need to do.
Oh my god, get in, for fuck's sake.
Fucking pig. Yeah, I mean, its tracking might follow you forever, but it can't fucking see you.
Now, do your best, just make sure you don't hit the pig on the way down. I think we've done a good job of not hitting the pig.
We didn't hit the pig once.
But as you see, the pig slowed down and now it's walking towards the mushrooms.
Yeah, like, it's lost interest in you.
And so the spiders apparently.
So soon after a while, it'll eat those mushrooms and it'll shit out a pickaxe.
Yeah.
It literally will shit out a pickaxe.
And that is how you get the pickaxe.
Yeah. That is something that you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of doing, or you need to drag a pig from the top of fucking Seldora all the way down.
Well, you need to drag the pig regardless, but whatever. You
point
can
is,
drag a pig that isn't trying to hit you.
Yeah. Like, you can make it a little bit easier. What am I doing here?
I have no idea. Oh, this was Gary doing this, by the way.
Oh, right, so he's just fucking about.
Yeah, it was him that told me about it, and I was like, I just don't believe you. And then he showed me, and I was like, wow.
And now he's fucking about punching the pig and shit, when it's just pick up the fucking pickaxe, there you go. So there you go, guys, that's how you get the pickaxe.
And that is everything in Seldora.
That's it. Done, dusted, there's no reason to come back here ever again.
Thank fuck.
Oh, well, there's on effects.
Oh, yeah, okay, there's on effects.
But, I mean, she's kind of worth it. I mean, maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe
but
just
L'Oreal.
maybe.
But that's it.
And that is it for the end of this video with another shitty transition. But
yep. So, as ever, click the box on the left to go to the last episode, which is Doors of Paris, or click the box on the right to go to the next episode, which will be Dranglake Castle.
as well as, you know, the King's Passage, and we get up to the Mirror Knight anyway.
Yeah, we do the full castle in one run, basically. Now, as you can see at the top of the screen, if you do want to donate and support the channel, there is a link in the description, but you don't have to do that. Just a comment, a like, even a subscribe, even viewing is more than enough to basically boost the channel in the way that we need it to go. As well as Facebook and Twitter links are there, and so are the Twitch links as well. Do not miss a Twitch stream, they are fucking hilarious.
yeah, so I mean, that is pretty much it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, hope it was informative, and we'll see you in the next part.
See you guys later.
Bye.